Disagreements should occur at appreciable intervals and not every minute of every day. When they do come, they should be seen as opportunities to solve one more difference or one more affinity problem in our relationships. This will only be the case if both of you as partners are ready to make compromises and accept a middle course gracefully on issues where you hold different opinions. My name is Omobola Stephen. Welcome to my podcast. Today I want to share helpful hints on avoiding disagreements. Stay with me. There are some things you can do to minimize disagreements and help work out your differences. Number one of them is avoiding assumptions. Assumptions have been known to mar an otherwise good relationship. When you have doubts about your partner's intentions, give him or her the benefit of doubt and allow the situation to become clearer to the person. Better still, you can ask him or her in a peaceful, loving manner. Number two, avoid referring to the past. Do not be like the archaeologist that lives by digging up the past. This is certain to trigger conflict. Every human being has an aspect of his or her past that is undesirable, and if your partner has shared his or hers with you, don't you think that it's an act of love? And trust for it, it will do you good if you can really accept people's past. You will do well not to revisit such incidents or keep referring to past mistakes. Let the dead remain dead. Always remember that there has to be a living before there can be a cleaving. If you can't leave the past alone, you may not be able to cleave to your spouse or your partner successfully. Next, aim at resolving and not winning. You should not see your partner as a separate person. No. The two of you are supposed to be one. Now, if you understand this fact, then the competitive stance in arguments will be avoided. Have you ever struggled to beat yourself or push yourself aside? That's the question. Besides, if you win an argument with your partner, to whom will you tell the victory story? You do not deserve a handshake, as you will have just shot yourself in the leg. Let your chief aim in any argument with your partner be on how to resolve the matter. Avoid concentrating on winning, for this will only create further strife and resentment between the two of you. Number 4, make time to talk. Leaving issues unresolved soon leads to a build-up that could be explosive. Always make time to talk to your partner and with your partner. Communicate. See what has been bugging him or her and nip the matter in the bud when necessary. If you're too busy to spare some time for quality communication with your spouse, you will soon have all the time in the world with nobody to share it with. Now that's not good enough. When he or she gets frustrated, even with your presence. Next up, be willing to make up. Always be willing to make up, no matter who is at fault or what caused a disagreement. Show this by your attitude towards your partner. Some people, once there's a misunderstanding in the house, they go about wearing a long face, thereby putting a brick wall between themselves and their partners. This is very wrong. Even the Bible says in Proverbs 19:11, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger. Even in troubled situations, be the peacemaker. You can still call your partner by his or her pet name and talk to him or her with kind words. What you have is a misunderstanding and not a war. If you treat it like a war, then that is the real conflict and not the unresolved issue. Next, do not act or speak when you're angry. You've probably heard people say that if you speak when you're angry, you will make the best speech you will ever regret. Saying things out of annoyance could spark of conflict. And this has the potential of creating a situation worse than what got you angry in the first place. I am sure you will agree with me when I say that this is tantamount to cleaning a fly with a sledgehammer. When you're angry, your feelings have probably been hurt in some way. But do you have to hurt someone else to suit yourself? No, two wrongs don't make it right. Take time off to cool and say something nice. Do not take advantage of your partner's vulnerability. Your partner can afford to be vulnerable in your presence if he or she trusts you. That's true. However, if you attack him or her with the things you know when you need to make a selfish point or gain an upper hand in an argument or conversation, you are cutting disaster for your relationship. Conflicts can erupt in this way. If your partner cannot be vulnerable in your presence, then your relationship is not worth the time of the day. Next up, do not be insensitive. The disapproval of a situation in a relationship may result in one party making certain requests. At first, this request is usually polite or made with minimal signs of irritation. Now, when this request is ignored, it is often interpreted as either a challenge or a rejection. Either way, the result is confrontation. You need to be sensitive to your partner's concerns. Now, that's important. Now, you need to see the positive side of everything. Life is always as you choose to see it. To the pessimist, the glass will always be half empty, while the optimist see the glass as full or half full. Somebody once said that nothing is as bad as they say it is. It can only be as bad as you want it to be. Perhaps this is a partial truth, but your partner's actions can actually have the interpretation you give them. If you believe that he or she means well, you will rarely have problems with the things he or she does that you don't agree with. Critical eyes will always see faults, even where there are none at all. You need to always strive to be positive. At least you can identify a repeated pattern of unwholesome behavior. This way, you will be saving yourself many fights in your relationship. Next, personalize your resentment. When there is a disagreement in your relationship, do not launch an all-out verbal attack at your partner. Now, this is wrong. Watch it how you say what you have to say. Make I statements. I letter I. For instance, instead of saying, "It is only an irresponsible man," now you can say something like, "You know, I always get so worried when you stay out at night." Making I statements afford you the opportunity to take responsibility for your perspective and feelings in such a way that the focus is on you and not on your partner. This removes the tone of accusation, criticism, and attack from your statements. Now we'll look at talking about it. In the heat of a bad situation, do not be the evasive party by taking an "I don't want to talk about it" position. No matter who you imagine is at fault, call a truce and enter into a dialogue. Talk about it. One of you may be surprised to discover that he or she is overreacting and that the situation is not exactly what he or she imagined it to be. By the time you've talked in a peaceful atmosphere, new facts may have come to light. You may even laugh at your mistakes. A bad situation won't get out of hand unless you can't talk about it. Lastly but not the least, compromise. In every dispute, all the partners involved hold onto a particular position or idea as it suits them, sometimes selfishly. A dispute between you and your intended spouse is no exception at all. When you hold on tenaciously to your point of view and your partner does the same, there is bound to be a stalemate. The conflict continues even against your best wishes. You're hoping that your partner will give in to your position while he or she is expecting you to do the same likewise. There should, however, not be competition between the two of you. The real competition is out there, my dear. You have to be mature about this. Let go of some of your desires. Meet your partner halfway. Rationality dictates that he or she will do the same. That's true. A compromise means accepting a little discomfort in the interest of peace. How about that? Thank you for hanging with me. Once again, I'm talking about ways or steps that can help you avoid disagreements in your relationships with your partner or the people in your life. You can visit my blog site on www.youmattertolife.com, where I share useful and helpful tips about life and relationship. Have fun and learn on the go. Thank you once again. See you some other time.